Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what scrap metal to avoid, what you shouldn't pick up, why you shouldn't pick up, and the fines and the money you could get charged if you pick the wrong stuff up. Thanks for joining us and let's begin. So you're a street scrapper, you're going out, you're picking up all the metal you can get, you want to get the most money. It's understandable, but there are certain things you cannot pick up and you should not pick up. The reason is you're going to get a lot of trouble if you do, and it can all end before it even starts. So the first thing I don't want you to pick up is fridge freezers, okay? Do not pick up any fridges or any freezers. The reason why you can't pick up any of these fridges and freezers is they've got a compressor motor in the bottom of the fridge freezer, okay? Scrapyards don't accept them, you're wasting your time. Now, it's tempting to go to these compressor motors that are packed with copper, alloy and stainless and all this stuff and cut them off, but do not do that. If you get caught cutting off a compressor motor for the copper, the brass, and you lit the gas of the fridge or the freezer into the environment, for every one you get caught you can get fined, I think it's around £1,000, maybe more. So one, you want to protect the environment, and two, you want to protect yourself. So do not cut out the compressor motor at the bottom of any fridges or freezers. Also, if you look at a fridge freezer, there's a bit of metal on the outside, there's a bit of cage, but it's mainly plastic. Okay, so it's not worth the scrapyards taking it, and they're all controlled anyway. So if you've got a waste carrier's license, you can legally take a fridge freezer, but this is nothing to do with scrap, and this is to do with rubbish removal. The rubbish places, and wait for this, the rubbish places will charge you £100 per metre of appliance. Okay, so bear that in mind, £100 per metre of appliance. So if you've got a 2 metre tall fridge freezer, right, and somebody says you want them to take away, you want to be charging them 250, 300 quid, because it's going to cost you 200 quid to get rid of it down the waste place. Remember, you can't get rid of it down the tip legally. It's a commercial product, okay? It's not come from your house, and if you get caught, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So you're not going to touch fridge freezers as a scrap man, any fridges or any freezers, and you're not going to take that compressor motor out. Please, please, please do not do this, okay? It's dangerous for you, it's dangerous for the environment, the people around you, and it's completely illegal. You're going to get in a lot of trouble, and it's really not worth the couple of quid you're going to get for shearing for that compressor motor. Right, the next piece of scrap I don't want you to pick up is shopping trolleys and dairy cages. You know the big cages that places use to carry items into warehouses and stuff? Don't pick them up, don't take them. You're not allowed to weigh them in, they belong to the company. The only way you can get rid of those dairy cages is if you have a letterhead, you know, from the company with the proper logo on, giving you full permission to take those dairy cages, and then legally you're allowed to weigh them in. If you do this without it, the scrapyard can report you, and some scrapyards won't take it, and then even if you try cutting it down, they know what you've done and they might actually report you or fine you. So don't touch dairy cages. Also, don't take shopping trolleys. Shopping trolleys belong to the supermarket. The only way you can get rid of these shopping trolleys is, once again, if you've got a signed letter from the supermarket giving you full permission to chuck them away as scrap. Scrapyards will then be able to take them, but without it, it's just the same as before, guys. You're going to get in trouble, so don't do it. Now, while we're talking about shopping trolleys, there's a funny story. Not funny, really bad. A local Tesco's round by me recently had to spend over £100,000 in all new trolleys, because at night a scrapman came round. A couple of scrapmen came round, stole all their trolleys, okay? They cut the wheels off, they cut the handle off that had the logo of the supermarket, and they weighed it in. The trolley was probably aluminium or stainless steel, something like that, okay? They got a lot of money for it. Completely illegal, and they were probably took to a scrapyard that's dealing in illegal scrap. They are out there, don't want to be messed up in it, forget it. Now this supermarket had to pay over 100 grand to replace all these trolleys. That's not good for anyone, guys, and it gives all the scrapmen a bad name. So avoid doing this. Don't even try it. Now, at different scrapyards, they take different bits of scrap. So if you're up north in the UK, for example, they'll let you weigh in electric lawnmowers and TVs and stuff like that, okay? But down south, they don't. So before you pick up any scrap like TVs or electric lawnmowers, you need to check with the scrapyard that they actually take them. Otherwise, they're just going to tell you to put them back on your truck and you're lumbered with a load of stuff you can't get rid of. If you are allowed to scrap TVs and hoovers, do so. Take off your copper cable, take off anything of any value, and then chuck it in the appropriate way, and make sure you're allowed to do it in your scrapyard. If not, don't even bother trying to pick it up. Don't even bother trying to weigh it in, because if you do, you're probably going to get banned from the scrapyard because you're taking the mick, and you're just going to make a bad name for yourself. So do not pick up fridges, fridge freezers, dairy cages, trolleys, hoovers and electric lawnmowers unless you're allowed, and you pre-check with the scrapyard that you're allowed to put them in. Now, the next one, and this is a big bone of contention, you know beer barrels? So you know outside the pubs and the clubs they have these big beer barrels, okay? Well, a lot of them are stainless steel and some of them are aluminium, and they weigh around 10 kilos each. It's very tempting for you to go and pick those up, because a lot of them just leave them outside the pubs, don't they? They leave them outside there. There's 10, 20 barrels out there. Well, if there's 20 barrels out there and they're worth 10 quid each, it's really tempting, because you're thinking that's 200 quid's worth of stainless and aluminium. Don't do it. It is highly illegal. Those beer barrels belong to the brewery. They're stamped all over. Pretty much all of scrapyards, unless you find a dodgy one, pretty much all scrapyards will refuse to take these barrels, even if you've cut the logo off at the top of the barrel. They will refuse to take them, okay, in any form. So don't put yourself in trouble, and a lot of them will report you for trying to put in stolen goods, because that's what it is, guys, it's stolen goods in through the scrapyard. Now, once again, with the trolleys and the dairy cages, if you get a letter from the company, the brewery, a proper letter from the brewery saying you can weigh it in with a contactable number, legit, not made at home on your computer, okay, then you can be onto a good thing and you can make a lot of money from it. But always stay legal and always stay sure of what you're doing. The next item I don't want you to pick up is gas bottles. Any gas bottles. Acetylene gas bottles for welders, your normal butane or propane gas bottles, these are prohibited at the scrapyard. Do not take them in. They are a hazard to your health, all the workers' health in the scrapyard. It's illegal to get rid of them, because those bottles do not even belong to the person who's bought them originally. When you go to buy a gas bottle from Calagas, for example, you have to pay £35 for the rental of the bottle plus £35 for the gas inside it. And then once the gas is empty, you trade it for another one. You just pay 35 quid for the next load of gas. At the end of it, when you get rid of your bottle, if you've still got the paperwork, which no one has, you can get your money back for the bottle. But do not take these as scrapyards. Okay, it's a danger when it's on the back of your truck. It's a danger to health and for the people working there, and it's just not fair. Now, battery technology has come on a long way, and you've got your lead acid batteries, but you've got your lithium batteries. It's two completely different beasts. Lead acid batteries you can weigh in at 50p a kilo. Lithium batteries you are not allowed to take in at the scrapyard. So what is a lithium battery? You know these e-scooters? Well, what powers them is a big bank of lithium batteries, okay? If you chuck in scooters or electric bikes or hoverboards with lithium batteries in, a scrapyard can fine you up to £250 per thing that you've weighed in, okay? Don't do it. If they find it in your load, it happened to me completely by mistake. I had a lithium battery attached to one of the electric scooters I had. I was chucked in 8 scooters with no batteries, and there was one lithium battery in it. Do you know what happened? The scrapyard let me weigh it in, let me go, they checked through the pile when I left, and they didn't pay me. I then had to ring up and say, you haven't paid me, and they said, oh yeah, you've got a lithium battery in amongst your stuff, so we're not going to pay you. Let me get up, a load of birds there. They said, yeah, we're not going to pay you because you had a lithium battery in all your stuff. They said, what you got to do is you got to come down here now and take this lithium battery, and we ain't going to pay you until you come and collect this lithium battery, because if they get caught with a lithium battery in their load, one, it can set fire to their scrap in their scrapyard, which isn't fair on them. And if they get caught, when they're taking 50, 60 tons or whatever, getting picked up, and it's going to the wholesaler that they're selling to, the wholesaler is going to find that battery and fine them 250 quid, taking most of the profit out of whatever load they got. It's not fair on them, it's not fair on the people that work at the scrapyard, and it's a danger. Many scrapyards have been on fire because of these lithium batteries. So don't do it, guys. Be safe and always check what you're doing. Well, that was a good video with the beach in the background of what items not to get at the scrapyard, okay, to protect yourself, to avoid fines and endangering life. If you enjoyed this video, think about watching one of our other videos when I was sort of street scrapping myself, and you can actually see me pick up the scrap and chuck it in the truck. They're in my earlier videos. Enjoy. We're here to make you money in the world of scrap metal and car boot sales, and a few other videos for fun as well. If you did like this video, please share, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and goodbye.